And news breaking within the last hour, AIG CEO Robert Benmosche says he plans to stay only 1 or 2 more years in the job. Joining us now, Ernie Patrikis. Mr. Patrikis is a regulatory attorney and partner at White Case. He spent 8 years at AIG as well. Ernie, thanks for joining us, especially on short notice. So given AIG, its massive government bailout and all of the pressure associated with that, do you think Benmosche is just fed up with the job at this point?
I don't know. I mean, 1 or 2 years, I mean, he will have accomplished a lot. First, I think he really built up the esprit de corps of people here that really got battered. And I was recently meeting with people in Chartis with the insurance company, and they took a beating for a year, and they've really made a comeback. And the fact that the property and casualty financials have been strong and all these have been strong were very helpful. But I think he told people that he would stand up for the company and stand up for people for the company. And, you know, he had retired before from MetLife. So I don't necessarily regard that as a negative. Instead, I think he's done a good job of really getting the company moving again, which was really important in the competitive insurance world.
Ernie, would you say it's par for the course in the course of a restructuring such as one that AIG is going through, that you have a change of top management pretty quickly like this?
Well, 1 or 2 years is not so, quick compared to all of the others. I go back and look and said I never understood while Mr. Willemstad was pushed out so quickly. I don't know, if he hadn't been there long enough to truly be responsible for anything. I think poor Ed Liddy just got creamed on the Hill. I mean, it was just, the guy was trying to do what he was trying to do. We can all agree or disagree how he was doing it, but he in effect was doing public service, and he just was killed in his testimony. I mean, I just thought it was absolutely vicious, political. And Benmosche came in, I think, and turned it around and said he's not going to take it. And I think the people in the company really needed that to say, we're going to go forward.
And Ernie, I think that you're referring to, I believe Mr. Benmosche at some point was speaking to employees, and he told them that if he had been treated the way Mr. Liddy had been treated, he would have gotten up and walked out of the hearing.
Yep. And I think that was the only way he could have done it.
Ernie, you talked about how Robert Benmosche has helped improve morale at AIG. Talk to us about if you believe that he's helped improve the company's reputation.
Well, I think AIG itself has problems, but the insurers don't have the same degree of problem. They were hit by the byproduct. And I thought was very interesting is all of the insurance supervisors stood up for the company. Stood up for the company, and it was really helpful. So I think, having a name like Chartis was really helpful to AIG. And in terms of the difference that it made. And,
right.
So I think the reputation is back. And in Europe, I think in some other places, it wasn't just heard as much as it was in the United States.
Yeah.
I think what competitors were saying about the company, that part of it is all over. They don't have that advantage of being able to down-talk the company.
Ernie Patrikis of AllianceBernstein on the phone, also a lot of experience with AIG. Thank you so much for your insights.